Good morning, everybody. This is Chris Palme, radio host of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show on WQEE 99.1 FM in Noonan, Georgia. I'm back here at Sahlen Field for today's game at 1:05 between the Omaha Storm Chasers, the top farm team of the Kansas City Royals, taking on the Buffalo Bisons, the top farm team of the Toronto Blue Jays. I have a special guest with me this morning, and his name is Damiano Palmegiani, and he's from British Columbia. Morning, Damiano. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thoughts on last night's loss to Omaha?
Yeah, they first time we played them. Obviously, they're a really good team, and they got to us early. Caprilion's a great pitcher, and they must have either had a good scouting report or they just had it that day, and they got up to an early lead. But, we settled in pretty well, made all the plays we needed to make after a tough first inning. And then, we hit pretty well. I wish we hit a little better with runners in scoring position, maybe had a little bit better luck. But I'm excited to see Cap face him again on Sunday because, he's a great pitcher and I'm sure he's going to come back strong. So,
can you tell my audience a little bit about yourself and some of your early baseball influences and mentors in your career?
Yeah, born in Venezuela. Obviously, baseball is a big part of the culture down there. So, my family has been well immersed in the baseball community early. I had uncles who really loved playing and going to games and whatnot. So, I guess that's where the love comes from. And when I moved to Canada, there actually was and still is a really good youth baseball programs everywhere. Really good growth opportunities. So it was actually very easy to pick up baseball in Canada. I didn't feel like it was a lesser sport or anything like that. So picked it up in Canada, and that's where I really fell in love and made it what it is today for me.
When people think of Canada, they obviously think of hockey, lacrosse, beer, and that. But Canadian baseball has come a long ways in the last decade or even the last 2 decades. Thoughts on Joey Votto being on the Bisons?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like you said, baseball is, in Canada, it seems like winter is for hockey and summer's for baseball, and that's how it's been everywhere I've been in Canada. So it makes sense why it's grown the way it has. Joey's a perfect example of the reason why I play baseball, and a lot of kids from Canada, guys who are making it to the big leagues or guys who are going to be in the big leagues from Canada, because you see someone who's from Canada, grew up in Canada, got out, went outside of Canada to play and pro and made it. So that just having that representation from Joey is awesome. He's, from my generation's best player of all time, Canadian baseball player of all time. So, it's been awesome to see him here, learn from him, and just see him at this point in his career. He's got so much to offer for all the young guys. So.
Just quick thoughts on the Buffalo Bisons organization and living in Buffalo and being a part of the Toronto Blue Jays organization.
It's awesome. The city of Buffalo is great. The Blue Jays and the Bisons organization, they treat us really, really well. I couldn't have asked for a better setup. Living, food, transportation, everything. No complaints on my end. It's just a great opportunity for us. We're spoiled, and it makes it easier for you to put on the uniform and play as hard as you can for an organization that does a lot for you.
What's your favorite food in the city of Buffalo? And I was going to hint chicken wings.
So I'm not a huge wings guy. I know Bar-Bill is one of the best spots for wings, but for me I like coffee shops, and Jack's Corner Coffee is my favorite place to go. Recommend it to everyone, and that's my favorite spot.
What's a couple of fun facts about you?
I think a lot of people still don't know I speak Spanish. I still speak it at home with my family. It was my first language. At this point, maybe I speak English better, but some people don't know because I guess I don't really have like an accent or anything, but it's English and Spanish.
And finally, what's 2 words to describe you as a player, and what are you looking to improve upon in the second half for the Bisons?
2 words would be motivated and intense, I guess. I like to just keep keep the foot on the gas, regardless of how it's going. And things I'm looking to improve on. Defense is awesome, is very important to me. I'm very proud of the steps I've taken at third, at first, and now in the outfield. So main priority for me is just to be, as best as a defender as I can be, and I know I will be. And then as a hitter, just continue growing as a hitter. Be a good hitter with power instead of just a power hitter. You know what I mean?
And then finally, where can my audience follow you on social media?
So I just have Instagram, Damiano_P24. I don't post a lot, but that's what I'm working with.
Well, Damiano, thank you so much for doing this interview, and continued success in the second half with the Buffalo Bisons.
Thank you for having me.